everyone, this is Chimay from Davao channel. So today we are going to learn Japanese language. So for the information of everybody, Japanese language includes 3 characters. First, hiragana, katakana, and kanji. So at this moment, we will going to study first hiragana. Okay? Hiragana has 46 letters, and at this moment, we will be studying first the 5 vowels of our hiragana, which are the a, i, u, e, o. Okay, are you ready? Then let's begin. Okay, let's begin with the proper pronunciation of each of the vowels. Okay, let's start with this vowel. It will pronounce as a, a, i, i, u, u, e, o, o. Okay, do you get it? Again. A, I, U, E, O. Okay, so to make it more exciting, so let's do a repeat after me challenge. So I will going to pronounce the letter and you will going to repeat after me. Okay? Ready? A, I, U, E, O. Okay, that's it. Very good. Okay, we are done with the proper pronunciation of each of the vowels. So, let's proceed to another level of our discussion, which is on how we are going to correctly write our letters. So, but before that, I will going to introduce to you the 2 conditions or factors that we should remember in writing our letters. The first condition is the stroke. Stroke will give us the flow or the order on how we are going to write our letters. And the second condition is the endings. Japanese letter has 3 endings with the alphabet S, R, and B. S stands for stop, R stands for release, and B stands for brush up. Okay? Let's apply these 2 conditions on writing our alphabet. And let's begin with our alphabet A. Okay, for our first stroke, it's like this. Our first stroke. And second stroke, slightly curved. And our third stroke, release. So that's how we are going to write our letter A. Okay, for the review, our first stroke, this is our first stroke. And to that direction. And our second stroke, from here downward and stop in here. And then our third stroke to that area, and it has a release ending. Okay, do you get it? Okay, our first stroke, second stroke, and our third stroke. Okay, that's how we are going to write our letter A. Okay, the next letter, letter E. Okay, for our first stroke, slightly curve and brush up. And our second stroke, okay, this is our letter E. Okay, for our review, first stroke, starts in here to that direction, and it has a brush up ending. And our second stroke from here and stop in here. Okay, that's how we are going to write our letter E. Okay, do you get it? Okay, first stroke, then brush up, and second stroke. Okay, as you have noticed, the first stroke and the second stroke are slightly curved. Okay, that's how we are going to write our letter E. Okay, let's proceed to our letter U. Okay, for our first stroke. Our first stroke and our second stroke. Okay, so our first stroke in here to that direction, and our second stroke starts in here, and it has a release ending. Okay, so one thing that we should remember in writing our letter U is that our stroke number 1 should not meet our stroke number 2. And also, it is very important that our stroke number 1 has a gap between our stroke number 2. That is why they should have this space in here. Okay, do you get it? Okay, for our review, stroke number 1 and number 2 with a release ending, and that's it. We have now our letter U. Okay, let's proceed to another letter, letter E. Okay, our first stroke, our second stroke, and our third stroke. Okay, so we have to consider two things in this letter. So in writing our letter E, okay, the first one is that our first stroke and our second stroke, they are not supposed to meet each other. So they should have a gap in here. And the second thing that we should remember is that the ending of this letter E. Okay, as you have noticed, so when you go down in here, so our ending looks like this. So what I mean is that when you go down in here, don't do a thing just like this. Okay, so that we can write, or we have the right shape or the correct shape of our letter E. Okay, for our review, our first stroke starts in here and to that direction. Our second stroke to that direction, and our third stroke starts in here and stop in here. Okay, first stroke, second stroke, and third stroke. Okay, that's how we are going to write letter E. Okay, let's proceed to the last vowel, the letter O. Okay, first stroke. First stroke. The second stroke. Release, and our third stroke. Okay, so in here we should remember a thing, that this area should occupy a smaller space than this area. Okay, so our first stroke starts in here to that direction, and second stroke, and our third stroke. Okay, for our review, first stroke, second stroke, it has a release ending and our third stroke. This is our third stroke. Okay, that's how we are going to write our letter O. Are you okay with our lesson for today? For the proper pronunciation of our 5 vowels, which are the A, I, U, E, O. And also we are done on the proper order on how we are going to write our letters. Okay, that would be all for this lesson. I hope you learned something from me. Okay, that would be all for today's lesson. So before I will end this video, I would like to share a message for you. So the best way to learn hiragana is to practice more and more. Because as we always believe, practice makes progress. Thank you. This is Chimay from Davao channel and have a great day. Okay, let's proceed to another letter. Letter E. Letter E. Letter E.
3, 2, 1, smile.
Okay, let's proceed to letter E. Oh my God.